When I was in Berlin some years ago, my friend Mary Jane and I wanted to do something cultural our last night there. I didn't know any of the operas that were being performed. Mary Jane said, "Well, they'll have super titles." I said gently, "Mary Jane, they'll be in German." So we went to the ballet. No translation required. No translation was required on April 19th, opening night for the Birmingham Royal Ballet's presentation of Coppelia at Chrysler Hall. Enchanting music by Leo Delibes, expressive dancers, who could ask for anything more? And, at intermission, a lobby full of little girls in their best dresses, twirling blissfully. Coppelia is the story of a lifelike but lifeless doll created by Dr. Coppelius, the eccentric village mad inventor. He puts her out on his balcony where she appears to be reading a book. Swanhilde, the pert young village girl, lives across the street, and she's not too happy when her fiancé Franz becomes enamored of Coppelia, who, not being alive, ignores him. That night, Swanhilde and her girlfriend sneak into Dr. Coppelius's house and discover the girl is just a mechanical doll. He's got several. Franz comes up over the balcony. Coppelius drugs him and tries magic to sap Franz's life force in order to bring Coppelia to life. Swanhilde takes the place of the doll, dancing and creating bratty mischief. Coppelius is thrilled at first before he realizes he's been had by this village snip. In the final scene, the local duke presents the village with a large new church bell that will call villagers to prayer and work, announce marriages, warn of war, and finally declare peace. Swanhilde and Franz express their true love and draw the disgruntled Dr. Coppelius into the celebration. Much of the cast of dancers changed every performance, especially the three leads, Swanhilde, Franz, and Dr. Coppelius, who are prominent in all three acts. On opening night, Swanhilde was danced by Nao Sakuma with an irresistible combination of elegant grace and mischievous glee. Her technical skills were just dazzling. A series of sautés, small jumps, on point, backwards, in arabesque, across the full stage, and her last act, fouettes, drew knowledgeable applause before she had even finished. She had gracefully fluid arms, an expressive face and body, perfect extensions, and beautiful soft landings. As Franz, Swanhilde's roving-eyed boyfriend, Chi Kao demonstrated the superb technique and line that won him the gold medal at Varna 15 years ago. His solos were powerful, and he had a cat-like neatness so that each move linked smoothly to the next without his ever seeming to have to adjust his feet upon landing. His partnering was sure and steady, particularly in the beautiful piece Adagio in the final act. Ballet master Michael O'Hare was a quirky Dr. Coppelius, with a funny glide walk of short, fast steps that reminded me of Laugh-In's Artie Johnson. It stamped his character as someone trying hard to create something beautiful and desperate from failure, which made his joining in the Bell Festival a logical ending. Even fairy tales have to have logic. Jenna Roberts was ethereally elegant as the final scene's embodiment of prayer, but every principal and soloist danced with the wit and charm demanded by Peter Wright's imaginative choreography, which continued the line of Petipa and Cicchetti. For instance, when Swanhilde leads her girlfriends into Dr. Coppelius's house, the last girl, fearful and reluctant, must be dragged along by her more adventurous friends. It's a small thing, but funny and perfect. The excellent corps de ballet executed the first act mazurka and czardas with energetic vigor, yet were graceful and delicate in the last act dance of the hours. Conductor Philip Ellis led the Virginia Symphony players with seamless ease. Colorful sets conjured up an old-world village near a lake, the dark, mysterious laboratory of Dr. Coppelius, and the gardens of the Duke's mansion. All evoked fairy tale oohs and ahs, yet left plenty of room for the dancers. The costumes were equally as fairy tale wondrous, adding to the dancers' grace and style. I admit it, I coveted the red boots in the first act czardas. Few on this side of the pond know that Birmingham is the second largest city in England. and that the Birmingham Royal Ballet, whose patron is, yes, Her Majesty the Queen, is the direct descendant of the justly famed Sadler's Wells Royal Ballet. Among the dignitaries at opening night was the Lord Mayor of Birmingham, sporting the ornate double gold chain of his office. His wife had a nice chain, too. Cool. From the other side of the Footlights, I'm M.D. Ridge.